we thank you for being here today. It's a very special day, and it's an honor for Machine Specialties, and it's an honor to have all you here to watch the announcement from Governor Stein. I wanted to share a story. Last February, shortly after the governor took office, I was at the North Carolina Apprenticeship Council. It's a place I go to once a year, every year since our company has been doing apprenticeships, 11 years now. It was the first time that I ever saw the governor on our agenda. I was really excited. I didn't know Governor Stein, had never had the opportunity to meet him. And what I was even more impressed with is he wasn't just coming in to say, "Hi, I'm the governor." He came in with passion, and he came in to outline his agenda on apprenticeships and workforce. And it really made me excited that this early on in his term, that this was a primary focus. A few months later, I got a call, and I got asked to be on a special council that the governor was forming around workforce and apprenticeship. I was so excited because not only was what he said he wanted to do, he was putting it into action by putting a council together of people all across the state. When I got to the first meeting, I ran into one of my work colleagues, and I call a friend, Wendy Walker Fox. She's in the audience today. And she was as giddy as I was about the potential outcomes for what this council and what the governor had planned to do around apprenticeships and workforce. She said to me, "My husband has a very special friend that he knows from the military, and his wife is married to a childhood friend of Governor Stein." And I asked her, and she said, "Wendy, he's the real deal. He really wants to make a difference in North Carolina, and he really wants to work on apprenticeships and workforce." And that was enough for me. So I was so excited when they got the call and they asked to do this announcement at Machine Specialties today. What I was also excited about is they said, "We would like to have one of your apprentices be part of the program." And I'm like, well, that's amazing. I have over 130 current and former youth apprentices from Guilford Apprenticeship Partners, from Rocketop, and from Apprenticeship Alamance to choose from. And they are all stellar. But recently, we had our Christmas party, and every year we pick the Apprentice of the Year. And the Apprentice of the Year was Dylan Cook. So we chose him to introduce the governor. What I'd like to say, too, is in this room, the audience here are pretty special. So I know we have some elected officials. If you're here and you want to raise your hand, thank you for being here. I know we have people from the school systems and the community college systems. If you're here and you want to raise your hand. And I know we have employer partners, people who are also just like Machine Specialties and doing this work in apprenticeships. If you want to raise your hand. Thank you. It takes all of us. And I would say to those of you here that are in the audience, when you have an opportunity to speak to a young person about apprenticeship, take it. Do it as much as you can. The way I met Dylan is the closest high school to Machine Specialties is Northeast. And we realized that we weren't getting a lot of apprentices into the programs, and especially not from Northeast. So our company went and asked that high school if we could be an employer partner to them. How can we help you? How can we break down the barriers? What can we do? And the principal of the school said, "Well, can you just come and give some of our students some interviews? They need to learn those soft skills, and they're going out to the workforce, and they're going to be interviewing, and would you be willing to donate your time?" So Machine Specialties, thank goodness, they are always willing to let us do those types of opportunities. So I went one day, and I got a chance to meet Dylan Clark, and I got to share with him about the apprenticeship program. Today, he's a third-year apprentice. He will tell his own story, but he's a current apprentice, but he's already running a department for us. So it's great that everyone is here. It's great that the governor is going to make an announcement, but I'm very special and tender-hearted that one of my very own is going to get to announce the governor. So thank you for being here today.
Hey everybody, I'm gonna keep this short and sweet, but my name is Dylan Clark. I'm a graduate of the first class of the Computer and Information Sciences program at Northeast Guilford High School. At home, be able to purchase 2 cars and also help my family out with expenses. So apprenticeship to me is not just a way to get into the workforce faster. It's a way to gain those high-valued hard skills and soft skills from masters of their craft. As you can see back there, masters of their craft. So programs like this are paving the way for the future of America and the American workforce. So it's becoming very prominent here in North Carolina through our various community colleges and things like that. So here to talk a little bit more about that is Governor Stein.
Afternoon, everybody. Happy New Year. Dylan, thank you for that introduction. It was great. I had an opportunity to get a tour from Dylan, an impressive young man. He's still in the apprenticeship program. He's already heading a department in this company. He just bought his first home. He's 20 years old. This is a young man who knows where he wants to go in life, and I'm so impressed by you and excited for your future. Tammy, thank you for your very kind words. Thank you for leading the tour. Very grateful for your service on the Council on Workforce and Apprenticeships. And David, thank you as well, the CEO. David Story is here. This is an exceptionally impressive company, MSI, preparing critical machinery for helicopters, spaceships, airplanes. Incredibly important, life-saving machinery is being done, and I could not be more impressed. I'm pleased to be joined by other members of the Council on Workforce and Apprenticeships. We've got our 3 co-chairs behind me, Secretary of Commerce Lee Lilley, Senator Eddie Settle, and President Jeff Cox of the Community College System. Any other members of the Council here? Raise your hand. Thank you. Thanks for being here. We have some exciting news today. North Carolina is the 2026 #1 state for workforce development in the nation. This is a tremendous honor from Site Selection magazine. It reflects our state's commitment to putting the people of this state first. We have been ranked the top state in the South Atlantic for 2 of the last 3 years, but this is the first time that Site Selection magazine has done a national assessment rather than a regional one. And in that first instance, North Carolina is the #1 state for workforce development in 2026. The people of North Carolina are our greatest asset. By investing in our people, we invest in this state's future. We are at our best when we work together as a team, and this is an accomplishment that reflects the work of Team North Carolina. I want to thank the Department of Commerce, led by Secretary Lilley. I want to thank the Council on Workforce and Apprenticeship, led by these 3 gentlemen. I want to thank the General Assembly. I want to thank the many public and private partners who've contributed to the state's focus on ensuring that our people have the skills and knowledge they need to succeed in this ever-changing, complicated economy. Last year in North Carolina, we had a record year of job announcements. We announced more than 35,000 good-paying jobs. These are jobs that are coming to North Carolina that provide a good salary that can support a family. It is the best year in job announcement history in the state's entire history. In 2025, North Carolina was named the top state for business in the United States, the 3rd time in the last 4 years. For 2026, our goals are simple. We want to continue to grow the economy and make sure that it works for everyone in every corner of the state. Last year, I created the Council on Workforce and Apprenticeships to bring together a host of private and public sector leaders to identify what we can do to enrich the workforce of the state. The Council has done an incredible amount of work in less than this past year, and I want to thank for all the members who've contributed so much. They put out 2 reports so far. The most recent report includes 30 recommended strategies to better connect people with opportunity. The strategies include implementing a new workforce Pell Grant program to expand short-term training options, some as short as 8 weeks, for high-skill, high-wage jobs. Creating more apprenticeship opportunities, both in the private and public sector. Engaging with more employers in key sectors like advanced manufacturing, education, and healthcare. And launching a public awareness program so that people are aware of North Carolina's existing workforce development opportunities. We have tremendous resources in the state, and we want to make sure that workers and employers alike know about them. I was very excited, Tammy, when you talked about going to a high school and presenting. So many kids don't know what's even available to them when they're in high school. So it's incumbent upon employers like MSI, other employers, go out there, market your company, market the opportunities, and you will find talented young people like Dylan ready to answer the call. Our objective is to build on what is going well here in North Carolina. Let me tell you just a few things that we accomplished putting the people first last year. Through the work of Apprenticeship NC, employers, the North Carolina Business Committee on Education, and others, we registered more than 4,000 North Carolinians for apprenticeship programs. In partnership with the Department of Information Technology, we awarded nearly $250 million in broadband grants to help connect 70,000 households and businesses to jobs and services. Last year, we served approximately 84,000 job seekers and 23,000 employers through our network of NC Works career centers all across the state. Nearly 1 million North Carolinians used nccareers.org for their career planning needs. We supported career pathways for veterans by promoting U.S. Department of Labor's Hire Vets Medallion program. We applied for and were awarded a Pathway Home Grant that will increase workforce services for folks leaving incarceration. And I signed legislation into law, removing barriers that kept physicians, physician's assistants, nurses, pharmacists, and behavioral health professionals licensed in other states from being able to work here in North Carolina. We need a whole of government approach to workforce development and keep working with education and industry partners toward these shared goals. The promise of North Carolina is really simple, that if you work hard, where you come from in life should never limit how far you can go in life. And delivering on that promise, it's what drives me as governor, it's what drives everyone here, it's what drives so many of you. That's what we need to do to keep North Carolina the top state for workforce development. We cannot rest on our laurels. We've got a good thing going here in North Carolina, but other states want what we have. So we have to stay on our toes, stay aggressive. We have to keep creating opportunities in every corner of North Carolina. That's how we'll build a North Carolina that is safer, stronger, and more prosperous with real opportunity for every person. Thank you so much, and it's my pleasure to bring forward the Secretary of Commerce for North Carolina, Lee Lilley.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Governor, and thank you to everyone here. I also want to thank Site Selection Magazine for the recognition that we get to celebrate today. I'm Lee Lilley. I'm the Secretary of the North Carolina Department of Commerce, where every day our mission is to cultivate the conditions of prosperity in every corner of this state. And we do that with a lot of different programs and a lot of different partners. But we are very proud at the Department of Commerce to lead all workforce efforts in North Carolina through the Division of Workforce Solutions and the NC Works Commission. I want to celebrate my team members here who lead those efforts. Thank you. Being named #1 in the nation for workforce development affirms what North Carolina does well in workforce preparedness. That's strong partnerships, clear strategies, and a focus on results. And it's a perfect complement to our top ranking as the #1 state for business, because we can't be the best state for business without the best workforce in America. I want to thank MSI for being our host today and opening its doors, but also for exemplifying what matters in workforce development. The governor's talked quite a bit about our council and what we did on the council. We'll talk a little bit more about that, but importantly, we set a goal that in the next 4 years, we will double that number of registered apprenticeships in North Carolina. And to do so, we'll need more companies to do what MSI has done. Work with us, work with our teams, work with Dr. Cox and his community colleges so that we can get those apprenticeships online. We heard from Dylan, one of MSI's youth apprentices whose experience brings this ranking as our top state for workforce to life. That success that we have in economic development and workforce development, we like to say is about 3 things. It's about people, it's about places, and it's about partnerships. But the most important part is the people. MSI's apprenticeship and training programs show how investing in the people creates opportunity and delivers real value, not just for the employers, but for the families and for the communities that are here and supported by this business. This ranking reflects the leadership of Governor Stein on workforce and the work of the Governor's Council on Workforce and Apprenticeships, which I'm honored to co-chair with these 2 gentlemen here. The governor set up the Council on Workforce and Apprenticeship to be bipartisan. I'm a Democrat, Senator Settle's Republican, poor Jeff stuck in the middle of the 2 of us. But importantly, that bipartisanship is part of our success in economic development and workforce development. Because economic development is not a red issue, and it's not a blue issue, it's a green issue. It's about making sure that we're creating the opportunities for prosperity for families around this state. Together, the council recently delivered workforce strategies to the governor that lays out practical, measurable, employer-informed recommendations to expand apprenticeships, strengthen credential pathways, and ensure that learning truly translates into earning. Our 30 recommended strategies are designed to help the state attain 11 workforce goals that the council set back in June, and we are already hard at work implementing these strategies. Things like doubling the number of apprenticeships and work-based learning opportunities are among the strategies that we identified. And to do that, we're going to remove barriers to the expansion of work-based learning opportunities, like apprenticeships, so that more businesses can follow MSI's lead. We also recommend ways to strengthen and better coordinate statewide sector strategies, aligning our workforce development plans with our economic development plans, and highlight the need to ensure that our workforce has the artificial intelligence skills that they will need to be competitive in the future. It's always changing. Throughout the report, we keep in mind that while we seek to help all North Carolinians, we can also focus special attention on the particular needs of rural communities like the one that I grew up in eastern North Carolina, people with disabilities, people leaving incarceration, and veterans and their families, so that everyone can participate in the prosperity that our state offers. Our success is powered by collaboration, those partnerships that I mentioned with our universities, our community colleges, nonprofits, K-12 partners, businesses, the NC Works Commission, NC Works Career Centers, local workforce development boards who connect North Carolinians to training, credentials, and good paying jobs every single day. North Carolina's team approach to coordinating workforce and economic development has impressed businesses around the country. And that's why we were able to break the record last year for the most new jobs announced in this state, because we are attracting the most dynamic and diverse businesses anywhere in the globe to come right here. They see our workforce, they want to be a part of it. As the governor has encouraged us, though, we're not going to rest on our laurels. We are not satisfied being number one this year. We want to be number one every year. That's why we're doing the work that we're doing, and that's why we're going to build on our strengths and remain innovative and forward-leaning. At Commerce, we're proud and excited to continue supporting this work every single day. Today's number one ranking confirms what we see across the state, that when North Carolina works together, we don't just compete, we lead. Thank you all very much for your contribution to our ranking today. This is going to conclude our program. For the press, we will have Q&A in the training room. Tammy, which direction? That way to the training room once this is over. But thank you all. Thanks most of all to the men and women of MSI for what you do. Have a nice day.